the sky split open, and our singular light was mocked by an invasive twin. Nature itself contorted in agony, unable to comprehend the burning punishment from above. The very foundations of our civilization shattered under the weight of conflicting gravities. The great oceans offered no refuge, boiling away into the suffocating, thick atmosphere. Everything we built was reduced to liquid ruin in a matter of short hours. We became divided entities, torn apart by the conflicting shadows of two angry gods. Silence replaced the bustling crowds, leaving only the whispers of a completely dying world. There was no longer any true night, just endless variations of a burning twilight. The binary giants merged in the heavens, spelling absolute doom for our fragile home. Earth transformed rapidly, adopting the suffocating, toxic, and deadly guise of its neighbor, Venus. All attempts to look up and understand were met with blinding, absolute destructive force. Our path through the cosmos became untethered, drifting slowly into the cold, chaotic void. The distant twin brought not fire, but a chilling disruption to our delicate balance. Cosmic debris rained down upon us, shaken loose by the warring, massive gravitational titans. Seasons vanished entirely, replaced by minutes of freezing terror and hours of boiling madness. Even time betrayed us, stretching and snapping beneath the immense, crushing stellar weight. We were cast out into the eternal dark, an orphan world left to freeze. Those who remained simply waited for the end, swallowed completely by the double dawn. This is the final record of Earth, a monument to the fury of the cosmos. The very ground beneath our feet rejected the sudden, unbearable warmth of the twin stars. Even the creatures of the air surrendered to the suffocating heat of the ruined heavens. We watched as the rivers vanished, replaced only by a strange, heavy, metallic weeping. The fragile beauty of our world was erased entirely in a matter of desperate moments. Our greatest monuments of industry meant nothing against the overwhelming power of cosmic forces. The long roads leading to salvation became traps of boiling tar and endless despair. There was no longer a place to hide when the sky offered no true darkness. Our histories and memories burned rapidly, reduced to ash by the relentless celestial firestorm. The very fabric of gravity twisted violently, crushing the fragile shelters we once called home. Morning became a curse, a terrifying herald of double the suffering and double the heat. The rhythm of the earth was broken, caught in a deadly dance of light and dark. Our most vital resource evaporated instantly, joining the suffocating blanket of the ruined atmosphere. The invisible weight of the twin stars crushed everything that dared to stand upright. The earth bled a dark poison, surrendering entirely to the relentless, boiling cosmic pressure. All our defenses proved completely useless against an enemy that lived in the sky. The great deep was emptied, leaving only a scarred desert beneath the twin, furious eyes. The fundamental laws of nature dissolved, leaving us in a twisted, upside-down waking nightmare. Time itself warped and buckled, an abstract concept in a world without a future. We became a ghost planet, an arid tomb baked under a suffocating, eternal greenhouse shroud. Communication lines dissolved rapidly, leaving the burning world in absolute, deafening, cosmic silence. The great basins cracked open, exposing the dying heart of our once fertile planet. The underground sanctuaries collapsed, offering no safety from the immense, crushing gravitational force. Even the streets liquefied, turning the concrete arteries into boiling rivers of slow death. Steel and iron surrendered easily to the chaotic, twisting gravity of the twin giants. Places of joy became toxic ruins, poisoned permanently by the wrath of the heavens. History itself was erased quickly, blasted into dust by the relentless celestial firestorm. The remaining fuel ignited violently, a minor spark compared to the raging solar inferno. The fragile crust of our world shattered instantly, swallowing entire communities into the darkness. Time ceased to matter, entirely consumed by the overwhelming, eternal light of twin dawn. Machinery became useless tombs, cooking instantly beneath the merciless gaze of two suns. Our connections were severed forever, destroyed completely by the shifting orbital cosmic mechanics. The veins of our civilization dissolved, warped beyond recognition by the relentless binary pressure. The Earth ruptured violently, bleeding out toxic gases into the already suffocating ruined atmosphere. Our shelters became melting cages, offering absolutely no escape from the relentless cosmic oven. The oceans vanished completely, leaving behind a scarred, dead landscape baked to total ash. Gravity became a chaotic nightmare, pulling the wreckage of humanity into the bleeding sky. The final seconds ticked away, melting rapidly along with the shattered illusion of safety. Our proud towers bowed in submission, yielding rapidly to the terrible new stellar order. The great vessels rusted quickly, abandoned forever in a vast and completely dead ocean. Our eyes to the heavens melted rapidly, blinding us completely to the cosmic execution. The Earth split its jaw wide open, swallowing centuries of progress in one agonizing moment. The fundamental anchors of our reality detached, leaving us drifting upward into the terrifying void. All direction was lost instantly, as the ground itself turned into a bubbling molten trap. The great rivers never reached the valleys, turning to ghosts of steam before our eyes. Flight became an impossible dream, anchored firmly to the boiling, unforgiving surface of our doom. The winds blew far too hard, tearing our fragile power structures to absolute, useless shreds. Weapons of war melted into absolute nothingness, humbled completely by the overwhelming cosmic superiority. The ancient ice surrendered its cold heart, weeping boiling tears into the rising toxic atmosphere. The cities leaned in painful submission, bowing deeply to the newly crowned lords of light. The music of humanity warped and died, replaced entirely by the deafening roar of fire. All the knowledge we ever gathered burned away instantly, leaving us wandering in the dark. The paths we forged crumbled beneath us, leading only to a destination of absolute ruin. The earth refused to feed us anymore, offering only a bitter harvest of scorched glass. Wealth became entirely meaningless as paper burned and heavy gold melted into useless, heavy puddles. Our protective shield was stripped away completely, leaving us entirely naked before the cosmic storm. The very mountains were torn from their roots, ascending into the fiery belly of heaven. No deep bunker could save us from the penetrating, silent poison of the angry stars. Our final screams into the dark void went entirely unheard, drowned by the stellar roar. The record ends here, forever. We were just a fleeting shadow in a burning universe.